Hey, so I want to talk about the Diva cup and menstruation, and you might be wondering, what does that have to do with nature and wildness? But I think it has a lot to do with it because it's way less garbage, first of all, and secondly, it really puts you in touch with your own body and your own cycle, and that's, to me, what wildness is about. It's just getting back to like a natural state. And there's so much shame, I feel like, and like secrecy about menstruation, and to me, like, embracing wildness is like embracing our bodies the way that they are, and we should be able to talk about these things and not feel ashamed of them and not think that they're gross or like weird. And I think the Diva cup really helps us to like not be afraid of it, you know? So what a Diva cup is a silicone or rubber cup that catches a fluid, which include blood, but also like cervical fluid. It could be like clear fluid. It just collects everything that would drip out, but it doesn't absorb any like mucosa or bacteria the way that a tampon would. It's not messing with the internal environment, including the pH, and there's actually a lot of good bacteria in the vaginal canal, which I totally did not really think about. But when you wear a tampon, it absorbs like the bacteria and the fluids and stuff, which is not good, and that's why you can get the toxic shock syndrome. So the menstrual cup does not cause that because it's not absorbing anything, it's just collecting anything that would have dripped out. So why it's awesome is that it can last 5 to 10 years, and you can wear it for 12 hours. If you have a light flow, if you have a heavy flow, you might have to change it more often. But you can sleep with it in, you can swim with it, you don't feel it at all, and you don't have to worry about bringing enough pads with you. If you're traveling, you just bring it. It's so small, like it's so light, it's just chuck it in your bag. There's less odor because it's not exposed to the air, and you just feel more clean. And if you were camping, you could just dump it out onto the ground and rinse it with water from your water bottle and put it back in. So easy, and it saves you money and effort of buying tampons and pads and like having to pack them. And if you were doing like wilderness camping, like what do you do with the used ones? Like this is just so much easier. Okay, and then I wanted to share some problems that I had. So firstly, it was difficult to put it in and out at first. It was really just a matter of like practicing more. So getting into a deep squat, both for putting it in and taking it out, was really helpful. You can like try different positions, like putting one leg up, or yeah, you can just try it different ways. And once you figure it out, it's super easy, and it becomes like a habit. You don't have to think about it. And then when you take it out, I'll show you what it looks like. I've had mine for 3 years, so it gets kind of discolored, but like it's not dirty, it just gets kind of stained. So if you have trouble putting it in, practice different folds. So the one that I use is you just squish it and fold it over. I don't know what it's called. I think it might be called like the 7. It makes like a triangle. So then you would just like put it in like this and then open it up, and then it can leak, which is the second problem I'm going to talk about with the leaking. So what you want to do is when you put it in, you have to make sure that it opens up. So you can do that kind of by like twisting it or like pulling it down, because you want to make sure that it pops open and that you're putting it up high enough. So you might have to experiment a little bit the first couple days that you try it, just to make sure that it doesn't leak. And then when you take it out, it can help to, like, if you put a finger in to like squeeze it, and that can help to take it out versus just trying to pull on the bottom. So you want to like collapse it to get it out. But once you figure it out, like it really only took like, I guess after the first 2 periods that I had, it was fine. Like once you figure out how to stop the leaking, if you're having a leaking, it's just a matter of like positioning it differently, I found. And you could wear a pad with it for the first couple periods if you wanted. Like you're probably gonna have some pads that you just don't have anyway, so if you're like worried about that. And Oh yeah, and then like once you learn to put it in correctly, you're actually going to have less leaking than you would with pads. Because once you figure out how to get that seal, like you're going to have zero leaking whatsoever. Even when you're sleeping, even when you're lying down, like no leaking. It's really amazing. So the only other problem is public bathroom. If you can find one where the sink and the toilet is in the same room, like it's one of the wheelchair one, then it's totally fine. But if it's the one with like stalls and sinks that are like separate, that would be kind of awkward. But I've just like avoided ever changing it there because you have like 12 hours, so you're probably gonna go to your house or go to a friend's house, or if you're traveling you're gonna like go to a hotel or go to a place that has one of those bathrooms with the sink and the toilet in the same room. So I honestly haven't had a problem finding a place to change it, and you can even leave it in for more than 12 hours. It's not like it's gonna hurt you. I guess it's just an issue of like there might be too much fluid. It's just like good to take it out, but like it's not gonna, I don't know, you're not gonna get like toxic shock syndrome or anything. So I just want to share that because it's honestly just made my life so much easier. You don't have to go shopping for pads and tampons. Like, it's just amazing. I've had mine for 3 years and I will see how long it lasts, but like other than getting discolored, it like works the same as it did. And yeah, let me know if you like have any questions or any thoughts on this, and thanks for watching.